Hi my loves, welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite girl Favor here. If today is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, thank you so much for stopping by. So guys, today I'm going to be sharing with us how to cut and sew a perfect fitted corporate palazzo pant. Now this pant has side pockets and it is well fitted at the crotch area. So on today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with us the details on how to achieve this neat palazzo pant. Now if this sounds like a tutorial that you're interested in, without wasting much of your time, let's head to the tutorial proper. So my loves, for today's tutorial, this is the fabric we're going to be working with. I have this to be 2 yards of crepe fabric. Alright, so I've gone ahead to fold our fabric into two. We are going to be cutting the front part first, and for the wideness of my palazzo, I'm making use of 14.5 inches. This varies, please take note. Now that I've marked out where we're going to start from, I will go ahead and take away 2 inches for our band, and then I will come down by 9 inches, which is going to be serving as my hip point. Next thing we're going to be getting is our crouch depth, and to get our crouch depth, we're going to be dividing our hip measurement into 4 plus 2 inches allowance, or better still, you sit on a flat surface like what you're seeing on the screen, and then whatever you get, you mark it down. So mine is 10 inches plus 2 inches allowance, which will give me 12 inches. I will go ahead and mark it down and connect all the lines. After connecting it, we will go ahead and label it. The next thing we're going to get is our pant length, and to get your pant length, I will still take away the 2 inches for our band. I will come down here and mark my palazzo length of 44 inches plus 2 inches allowance. Please take note that your palazzo pant is meant to be long, very long. That is when the beauty will come out. After that, we'll go ahead and get our knee, and to get the knee of our palazzo pant, we're going to be dividing our full length into 2. Just pay attention to what I'm doing and you're good to go. So I have divided 44 into 2 and it will give us 22 inches. Now in that 22 inches, we're going to borrow 1 and add it to the upper part to make it 21. So instead of using 22 for our knee length, we're going to be using 21. Okay, the essence of this is that the lower part is meant to be longer than the upper part. So we'll come here and mark 21 inches instead of 22 inches. Please take note that my 2 inches for band is still minus. Okay, now that we're done getting our vertical body measurements, we'll go ahead and get our horizontal body measurement. Now the next thing we're going to do is to divide our hip into 4. Whatever it gives us, we'll mark it at the hip point, mark it at the crouch point, and then mark it at our waist measurement as well. Now after marking it, we'll go ahead and connect it. Now to get our crouch extension, we'll come here. Whatever you mark, you will come here and divide it into 4. Divide it, the first one, and divide it again. You see what I just did? Whatever it gives you is what you're going to be using as your crouch extension. So I'll go ahead and mark it down here. After that, the next thing we're going to do is to come at this point. You see where my hand is? At this point here, this particular point, come up by 1 inch. This is to enable you get a perfect crouch curve. Now we'll go ahead and curve it out like this. Now from our waist measurement, we'll now go backward to get our accurate waist measurement. I will mark mine of 7.5. I will add 1 inch for that intake. Please take note of that, and then I will go ahead and connect it to our hip point down to the crouch depth like this. The next thing is we're going to get is to eliminate crouch bulginess, and to do that, you see how flat it is looking on this place. We'll come to this point and come in by half of an inch. Did you see what I did? That one, we are going to go ahead and curve it into the crouch like this, and then at that same point it will come down by half of an inch again, and then connect it to the waist point like this. Now to determine how wide we want our palazzo leg to be, we'll come to this our crouch extension and take the full measurement of our crouch, including the extension. Whatever we have, we'll come and mark it on the knee and connect it. Now we're going to get our green line. To get our green line, we're going to divide the whole of our crouch into 2. Just pay attention to what I'm doing and you're good to go. So whatever you have, you will also impute that on your knee line. Okay, now after imputing it, we'll go ahead and connect the straight line. Now to get a balanced palazzo leg, you come in from this point by half of an inch, and then at this other side come in by half of an inch as well, and then go ahead and connect. This automatically means that our first line of 12.5 inches is going to be eliminated. That means this particular line, this first line here, is no longer useful. So that's our crotch line divided into two. We're going to now extend it to the full length to help us get a balanced palazzo leg. And then at this base, whatever you have at this point is what you mark at the other side. This method, you will now determine how wide you want your palazzo to be at the down part, and then you're good to go. Now after that, I will go ahead and connect it. So for the wideness of my palazzo, I ended up doing 12 inches for my wideness. So we'll go ahead and cut through. So please pay attention to the area that I am cutting. All right, so after cutting it out, we'll go ahead and use these front pieces to place on a fresh pattern, and these pieces here is on a fold of 2. So you want to take note that in cutting out your back pieces, make sure that your back piece is bigger than your front piece. This is because we have our bobs at the back. Okay, my hand is, I have 3 inches lower here, and then from where the scissors is, I came in by 2.5. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is to get our back measurements. Now from this our front crouch, you will come inward by 2 inches. At this point, come inward by 2 inches. Then from that point, you come up by 2 inches or 1.5 inches, depending if the person you're cutting for is on the bigger side. Make use of 2 inches. Now that 2 inches that we came in by will come at this other point and replace it. We're replacing it back. Okay, from there we'll go ahead and connect it like this. You see the way I'm connecting mine. So if you have a hip curve, please go ahead and use your hip curve. Now from this point, we are now going to take the 2 inches to the full length. So this is totally optional. If you don't want yours to have, if it's not a palazzo pant you're cutting, you don't need to extend it to the full length. All you have to do is connect it to the knee point and you're good to go. All right, but because it's a palazzo pant we are cutting, I am going to take it to the full length and then connect it like this. Okay, so please take note that this is another method on how to achieve a palazzo pant that fits very well. There are different methods and different approaches. All right, please take note of that. With that being said, we will now come to this crouch area to get our crouch extension for the back. Now please take note that I am a size 10. So for my crouch extension, I'll be making use of 2 inches. But in a situation where you are cutting for a bigger person, you can use 2.5, you can use 3 inches. Please take note of that. So for me, I'm going to be making use of crouch extension of 2 inches. So I will come out by 2 inches at this point. Okay, and then from that point I will come down by half of an inch, and then I will go ahead and connect it into the knee like this. So this is what I was trying to explain for us earlier. You can do this at the other side as well if you don't want it to be too big at the down part. So we'll go ahead and connect from that crouch to the 2 inches that we came up by, and we will go ahead and cut through. So this method is the method I use to cut my palazzo pants, and I can tell you it is trusted 100%. What we're going to cut is the pocket, and for the pocket we're going to make use of the length of 12 inches. 12 inches is deep enough. 12 inches is what I have been using, and it is the perfect deepness for your pocket. Okay, now for the wideness, please, my fabric is on fold. I'll come in by 7 inches. Remember, this fabric is on fold and I have the 2 pieces here together. So we'll go ahead and cut through like this. Now after cutting through, I'll go ahead and open it up. So this is the first one and this is the second one. We'll go ahead and arrange it, the front side facing each other. Please take note, the right side facing each other. Now we'll pick up our front piece. To get our pocket placement, we'll come up by the same 2 inches for our band, minus your 2-inch for your band, and then come down by 7 inches. This is for our pocket opening. So I will go in by 1.5 inches. This 1.5 inches is good enough for anybody's size. Okay, so I'll go ahead and connect it like this. You see the way I did it? Just do just that. So I'll go ahead and notch here. Go ahead and bring back our pocket. Remember, the front side is facing facing each other. Then we'll go ahead and arrange it properly. After that, we'll use this our front piece to place on it like this. So please arrange it the way I am doing mine and you're good to go. After arranging it down properly, we'll go ahead and cut through. All right. After cutting out the pockets, we'll go ahead and open it up. Now we're going to be attaching our pockets first to the front pieces. Now we're going to pick one of the pockets. Please take note, this is the right side, and then we're going to do the right side facing each other like this. Please take note. And we're going to place it together and then run a stitch on it like this. Okay, so I will take it to the machine, run a stitch for the both pocket, and then I will bring it back. As I've gone ahead to attach the pocket to one part of the front piece, and this is what it looks like. Now we are going to go ahead and open it up and iron it out. Iron it, give it a very good press, and after ironing it, you flip it to the right side like this. You see what I did? And then you also run a stitch on top of it like this. Now after running the stitch, you're going to now take it like this, and then you're going to flip it to this point. Okay, let me arrange it down for us to see. So you're going to pick it up from this point, okay, like this. You see what I did? And then turn it to this other side and bring it like this. Now when you're arranging it, you see that 1.5 inches that we cut out, you are now going to use it to replace it like this. So just pay attention to what I'm doing and you're good to go. So this is the 1.5 inch that we initially removed from the pocket. So we come here now and run a stitch. Now we open it up and also close it up at this other end, following any style you want. Okay, now after that, I will pick up the front crotch together. That is the two front crotch. I will place it together like this. So I will go ahead, stitch it together from this point and bring it back. So my loves, I've gone ahead to attach the two fronts together. So this is how balanced the front crotch looks like. Okay, with this method, your front crotch will definitely come out like this, and then I ironed it open. So I will quickly explain something for us. Before you sew your pants, please make sure you weave it. It is very important. Please weave. Okay, I've also joined the back crotch as well. So this is what the back looks like. Now we are going to be imputing our dart. So I'll fold it equally like this. Okay, now in getting our dart intake, I will use my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. I will come out at by 4 inches at this point. I will mark it down here. So I will go ahead and connect it. Now for the depth of our dart, I will come down by 5 inches. Okay, so I'll mark the 5 inches down here. All right, now from this point here, from this point, I will come out by 1/2 an inch and also come in by 1/2 an inch, and then connect it in to the 5 inch like this. So the next thing we're going to do is to go ahead and impute the darts. Okay, now after that, the next thing we are going to do is to go ahead and open up our back pieces and bring our front pieces. Now we're going to pick up the two pieces like this and arrange it properly. Now after arranging it, please remember to impute your darts first. After doing that, we're going to open up the crotch area and then join the two front and back crotch together like this. Now please pay attention to the area I'm going to be attaching it. So I will place it together like this. Okay, and then I will pin it down. Now after pinning it down at this area here, the next thing we are going to do is to go ahead and close up the pants. We're going to be closing up our pants starting from the base. The base simply means start from the down part. Start from here, from this point here. The essence of starting from here is that to avoid your pants not being equal at the down area. Okay, so please first of all pin it down. I said pin it down to the crotch area, and then you will go ahead and close it up, either using 1/2 an inch or 1 inch. For me, I will close it up using 1/2 an inch. Please take note, you close up your pants from the lower part to the crotch area, and then I will also go ahead and do the same thing for the other side of our pants, and then I will bring it back for us to see. Okay, my loves, I've gone ahead to join our crotch and also sew it to this point, and this is what we have. Please, the beauty of cutting and sewing a pant is ironing. Always iron. You can get tired of ironing, but please always iron. I will go ahead and pick up the front piece and the back piece and arrange it like this, and then we are going to go ahead and close it up. The same thing we did when we are attaching the other side of the pants. Please, in closing up your pants, always start from the base. Always start from the lower part to the upper part, so that your pants can be equal at this point here. All right, so let me quickly tell us something. You see, this method of palazzo cutting is mostly good for ready to wear. This particular one, you might enter one problem with your client if you use it, because this particular one does not require enough allowance. There's no allowance in this method of pants cutting. So you want to take note of that. All right, so always take note of that in cutting your pants. So you can actually go ahead and add extra 3 inches in case you want yours to have enough allowance. Okay, but this particular method is a game changer, but remember, it does not require plenty allowance. Okay, so be open mind in doing this, but you can also add your own allowance using this method. All right, please do not say I did not say it in this video. Please, it's very important. So with that being said, now we'll go ahead and close up our pants. Other side, you drag it to the other side to make it equal on the other side and arrange it, and then you close it up. Loves, I've gone ahead to close it up, and this is what we have, and I ironed it open. Very important. That is why I say please do well to weave before sewing. So this is what it looks like on the right side. Now you can see the front side. The crotch is balancing very well. Okay, now I opened up this side for our zipper. This particular place is where I'm going to be attaching the zipper. Now I don't know why, but I feel very uncomfortable having my zipper at the back. So for the deepness of the opening I have, I did 8 inches. So I was saying that I don't feel comfortable having my zipper at the back, but then I'm going to create another tutorial teaching us how to keep zipper allowance at the back of our pants for those of us who like it. Now the next thing we're going to do is to get the round circumference of our waist. Whatever we have, we're going to use it to cut out a band. So my love, I've gone ahead to cut out the band using my waist circumference. For the length of our band, I have it to be 31.5 inches. All right, that is my waist measurement, and then for the fold I have it to be 5 inches. So all I did was to fold in half of an inch on both sides. Here I folded in half of an inch on both sides, and then I turned it in like this and ironed it out. To attach our band, we're going to pick up our pants like this and open it up, starting from this point. Please start from the inside. From the inside, that is the wrong side to place your band, so that when you are attaching it at the outside, you will see what you're sewing in. Okay, so we're going to attach it all round from here to the other end, and then we flip it over to this other side like this, and then you sew on it so that you can see what you're sewing. So that's what I was trying to explain. All right, so we're going to go ahead and attach it, and then I'll bring it back for us to see. Guys, I've gone ahead to attach the band, and this is what it looks like. You can see what it looks like. So the only thing left here is to attach our zipper. So if you've watched this tutorial to this point, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button. Please do not forget to like. Please do not forget to share. So this is our pocket, all right, and this is the other side of the pocket as well. All right, so please go ahead and attach your zipper, and then full length area, you go ahead and close up your pants, and you're good to go. So please do not forget to join the family by clicking on the subscribe button, turning your notification bell so I'll be notified on any other tutorial that will be posting. So this is the dart at the back. So remember that your pants is always have to have a dart at the back, not at the front. Okay, and please, my love, please do not forget to go green. I'll be seeing you guys on our next tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and please do not forget to hem. Always weave your pants before sewing. So I will see you guys on our next one. Bye for now.